What's good, AK family?
What's that?
We are back at it again with a review of the Carnival sunrise. We have a couple of things that we experienced, and we want to let you know what we thought of the Carnival sunrise.
We just hope to help anybody who is planning to go on the sunrise or is considering going on the sunrise. So hopefully this video will be helpful to you. So let's just get right into it. The first thing I want to talk to you guys about, because you guys always end up asking us about this, is how I find our Airbnbs. If you watched our series, what?
I roll my eyes, guys, because you don't even know
What?
how often, like literally every day, Kyra is looking at vacation spots and looking at Airbnbs. And she has the world map on Google Flights to see how
I just like to look.
Guys, that's how we get our trips for such good prices.
It really
because
is.
She is literally on there every day looking to see where we're going next.
So why are you mad? Whatever. He needs to be appreciative.
I'm very appreciative. But
So anyways, basically I just do my research to look for good Airbnbs. I rely heavily on reviews. The only time I've ever booked an Airbnb that didn't have any reviews is when we went to Puerto Rico. We were the first people to stay there.
And it was really, did we write a review on that one?
Yes.
It was really nice.
It was fantastic.
It was really nice.
So I really took a chance on that one, but I typically would never do that. Make sure you look at the pictures. Do the reviews say that the pictures look accurate to what the Airbnb actually looks like? You have to factor all that in. You have to take reviews with a grain of salt though, because there's some people you just can't please.
That's true.
I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to sign up for Airbnb. I think you'll get like $35 off if you use our link. So I will put that in the description for you if you're interested. But let's get on to
the next thing.
Yes. So let's talk about the port. This was Port Everglades, which is the cruise port in Fort Lauderdale.
I think that was our first time going from Fort Lauderdale.
What did you think of it?
The boarding process was not bad.
How long did it take?
It took less than 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
The terminal it was clean. The employees were fine.
Yeah.
They weren't necessarily too friendly or not friendly. You know what I mean? They're just right in the middle. Like they were fine. Make sure you check in before you go to get on the ship.
Yeah.
Always check in online.
Right. Now,
always.
And if you have followed us for a while, you know that we usually have a hard time on Carnival.
Doing what?
Getting on, because it's usually a line and stuff whenever we get on Carnival. But this one,
maybe it was because it was a smaller port.
Well, that's true too. It just wasn't the lines were non-existent.
Let's talk about the ship. So the ship was built in 1999. It was renovated in 2019. I have actually been on this ship in 2017 with my best friend. We went on a best friend cruise together when this ship was called the Carnival Triumph. When we were on the ship, it did give me that feeling of being on there before, but they did paint over certain areas inside of the ship. They did a complete update of the Lido where the buffet is. They added the Italian specialty restaurant. The buffet area looked amazing, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it looked so new and modern. It looked like we were on the Vista.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, I don't have a frame of reference. To me, it was just a good ship. I mean, I thought it was a nice ship.
It was.
Nice size ship. It was a full cruising.
It was full, yeah.
So, I thought it was a nice ship.
It was a good ship.
One of the things about the smaller ships, I don't like that you have to go through a maze to get to certain places on the ship.
Yeah, and that's one big issue that I had with this ship that I wanted to say.
It's just you got to go up and then go down on the other side of it. You know, it's just so much up and down to get to a place.
For example, the Limelight Lounge, which was on deck 4, I want to say, you could not just walk through deck 4 to get to the lounge. right?
Right.
You had to go through deck 5, which is the casino. And then you had to, what was it, aft? So it was the back of the ship, I think.
Yeah, and then go down the stairs.
So then you had to go down the stairs.
And then come back towards the front and go to the...
To get to the... It was confusing.
Yeah,
but there were some areas like that were just kind of like... It was kind of weird. But that does happen on cruise ships sometimes.
She just belched like a man.
Excuse me, no I didn't. My main issue with the layout of this ship, and this was one huge negative that I had when I was on it in 2017, is that there are certain areas that get so congested. Walking through the area where Guy's Burgers is and where Blue Iguana is, it's very narrow and it was very congested, especially during times when Guy's Burgers or either place was open and there was lines forming. On top of that, with it being a narrow space, there were drink sections right in that walkway.
That's 100% true. 100%
so
true.
It was very congested.
Yep. And then there were people with wheelchairs and power
hover
arounds and all that stuff.
Those two areas on either side are probably some of the worst areas on the ship. They're just way too congested.
Very congested. Because I think the congestion is not based on the amount of people, but just how narrow how narrow the walkways are.
The next thing we're going to talk about are the people on board. It felt like it was a lot of people on the ship.
Yeah, it was a full sailing because
it felt like it.
It felt like I don't think
it wasn't bad, but you could tell like
it was. It was a lot. It was a full sailing. The people were cool. We met a couple of subscribers.
We met a good number of subscribers. Oh my goodness. Some that we didn't get on video, some that we didn't mention, and then some that we did. You guys saw them in the videos. Oh my gosh.
It was cool.
It was so cool.
It was cool that you guys came up to it. Guys, we're not like celebrities or anything.
I mean, if you ever see us on a cruise, then...
Talk to us. Food.
The
food. It was food. It was food.
It was things that you consume. You can.
My skirt was not blown up.
This cruise was the worst for food.
Well, there you go.
That we've ever been on together, that I've ever been on.
It just was not hitting. They were not hitting.
It was not good.
Like, y'all don't even know this, but before the cruise, I did vegetarian. I went vegetarian. Well, Kyra says I'm vegan. There just were not many palatable options for vegetarians or those that don't eat meat. I had to eat a salad every day, which was not bad because the salads were good, but it wasn't really any good sustenance.
Let me say this: there are certain areas that are always going to be hits. Guy's Burgers, Blue Iguana, the pizza. The deli was our spot on this cruise.
Kyra's dad actually got them to make us like a tuna melt, like a
tuna melt.
Well, mine was a tuna sandwich because I didn't get the cheese. But he asked if they could make a tuna melt, and like a whole bunch of people start ordering it after he did. So,
but the food at the buffet was underwhelming. I think the best food we had might have been on the first day. It was very underwhelming. I was so disappointed. But yeah, food was literally 2 out of 10, would not recommend it. And I really mean that.
2 out of 10 would not recommend. Okay.
No, the food was not good.
Dang.
The food in the dining room. We ate in the dining room one time on this cruise, and that was on Christmas Day. We dressed up and we ate in the dining room. That was not good either.
I actually enjoyed the pasta.
I was going to ask you if the pasta was good.
The pasta was really good. Me and my sister got the same thing. It was really good.
It looked like it was good.
Courtney and CJ got a steak.
They got a steak, yeah.
And what'd you get?
I don't remember, but it was...
That bad, huh?
It was so bad. I just didn't say anything because it was Christmas. We're having a good time and we're exchanging gifts. It was not good.
I concur. 2 out of 10.
Very underwhelming. Pig&Anchor was underwhelming as well. We had that on
the Vista.
The last sea day. No, on the Vista it was
good.
slapping.
It was good. Like it was really good on the Vista. But I guess quality control is not the unilateral.
I don't know what it was, but it was just so disappointing. But we giving y'all the real.
Hey, we gonna lay it down like it is what it was, and y'all gonna pick it up like we put it down.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The next thing we're gonna talk about is the room. We had a spa room,
a spa interior room,
which I think the last time we were on
the Vista,
we had a spa room too.
A fantastic.
Like the spa rooms are where it's at.
They
like
really
if you don't get a balcony, you need to get a spa room.
At least get a spa room.
Because it's spacious.
For an interior room.
For an interior room.
You get access to the spa. On certain sailings, it'll be a little more expensive. And then sometimes it's the same price as a typical interior room. Right. And I think that was the case for us on this one. Aaron's parents got a spa balcony room, which their room was really nice and spacious. Like, it's been a minute since we had a balcony. But I will take an interior and more cruises over a balcony and one cruise a year. But I love a balcony, but I will take more cruises over a balcony. I'm gonna be okay. Like I'll go to the top to see the water.
Them handicap rooms on Disney. I'm serious. Like that, y'all saw how big that room was.
That room was so freaking big.
Bruh, that room
but it
was
has to be big.
We lucked out too. The room was good. The TV good because they just switched over to a new system where you don't have to come in the middle of a movie or on the tail end of a movie.
Yes.
But you can it's like a Netflix thing.
It's kind of like it's on demand.
Yeah, on demand. The fact that they have on demand movies.
Really cool.
Most of them are free. The
Some
newer movies
like Avengers.
You're right. Those are going to be your $5 movies and all that stuff. But it was. I thought that was really a good.
I think that's really cool too.
Good thing
and I really don't think $5 is awful. I don't think that's bad. This lighting is just not cute.
It's getting darker.
It's getting dark.
So
sorry.
We're playing with the lighting.
All we have is a ring light. We don't really know what to do with this thing. So the next thing we want to talk about is
the fun squad.
The fun squad and the cruise director.
So let's start with the cruise director first.
Yes.
The Flying Scotsman is probably one of the best cruise directors that I've ever experienced, hands down. Like, as far as his interaction and his willingness to kill himself to make sure the people have a good time.
Period.
His dedication is unparalleled.
He can
sing, he can dance. Very, 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 I think, versatile cruise director. He will make sure that you have a good time.
Yeah, we had him on the Vista too. He was amazing on the Vista. Definitely my favorite cruise director that we've ever had. I would say that easily, yeah. He's great. And the Fun Squad, we interacted with them a lot more this time because we did more. Yeah. Just I thought they were a lot of fun.
I think
the guy from Scotland or Ireland, the skinny guy who's really pale.
Yeah, very pale. He always making fun.
He makes jokes about that.
His paleness. There was one guy when we were in the trivia.
The DJ.
Yeah,
oh my God.
He just was not funny to me. He was just like.
We played a game and it was kind of like a categories game.
He was a jerk.
He literally was. He was just cheating. And there were 2 DJs on this cruise. He was one, and there was another DJ. I think he was the better DJ out of the 2. CJ said this because my brother, he went to the nightclub pretty much every night. And he said the nights that the other DJ was there, it was not fun at all. The music was not good. But when he was there, I think his name was Double D, wasn't it? DJ Double D. When he was playing, he did a really good job. Yeah, it was not the T when we were playing that game.
Karaoke.
Karaoke was a lot of fun.
And the karaoke guy was good. Like
a lot of fun.
He was like he would dance with us and you know joke and laugh and get everybody involved. And I thought that was cool.
Karaoke is always lit on Carnival cruises, but let me tell you something. I've never experienced karaoke like this in my life on this cruise. We turned Red Frog into a club. It was so much fun. And
I wish we could show y'all the unedited version of her mom.
We always have to chop it up because of copyright.
Like, it was just so fun. It was fun. And that was the first time I actually participated in karaoke.
That's a part of the reason why I enjoy Carnival so much, is because it's just a lot of fun. And people are cutting loose. There's no judgment. Even when people sounded bad in karaoke, other people in the crowd were still encouraging them. We're still clapping, still cheering. It's just like there's no judgment. We're just here to have fun. You know what I mean?
It was good.
So quickly, the comedy shows, we went every night pretty much, didn't we? Oh my God.
This guy, I thought this guy was hilarious.
This is another thing that's so great about Carnival. Their comedy shows are always great.
This guy was good. I thought he was good. Kyra wasn't there where he was. I mean, were you there?
I was there, but I got
she
a
ran
blast.
away. He picked on me. Like, he rode me the entire show.
He didn't have really a set. He would just walk around and drag people
on the audience, and like, Kyra would leave every time.
When I tell you, when I saw this man's eyes even look in our path, I was up and I was out. I was not doing that because I'm that type of person. I'll be like, and then like, but it was a lot of fun. And then the black comedian.
He was good.
He was good too.
He was really good.
Did some interacting with the audience, and oh my gosh, there was this guy who had the funniest laugh ever on the cruise.
I wish we could have got that on video. Y'all would have died.
Yeah, but comedy shows were definitely awesome. The next thing we want to talk about are the playlist productions, which are
the
shows in the theater.
Jeez.
So we only went one time, and of course, this was the time where the whole family went. The show that we went to go see was called Soulbound.
Underwhelming. And
Carnival?
And
y'all have done a lot with these shows, but let me tell you something, y'all.
Quite demonic.
You missed the mark with this one. You missed it.
Okay.
So in the past, the Carnival shows have been corny,
and
right?
With bad singers.
With some bad singers. This one was just, the singers weren't bad, but they weren't great.
This one was just off the wall.
The devil was in the room, okay?
It was just like,
this
woman, in the world? Who choreographed? Who put this show together?
But we didn't realize that Soulbound, like soul, zombies, and like death and all that stuff, to soul music. That's pretty much what it was.
It was horrible.
It was awful.
Do not recommend.
0 out of 10. Would not. No. This woman started levitating. I said, no. We've got to get out of here.
We left. Quick, fast.
I couldn't believe it.
Very underwhelming.
I couldn't believe it.
But at the same time, it's congruent with all the shows that we've been to on Carnival. Your expectations need to be very low.
There are some shows that we've somewhat enjoyed, but it's very few.
Please name me one.
I can't tell you the name.
Okay.
It's very few.
Okay, there we go.
It's very few.
Very nice.
But there are some that we've enjoyed.
I disagree.
Okay. Yeah, just pass. If you like the darkness, and if the darkness is in you, you might enjoy that. But if you enjoy the darkness, if the devil is in you, you need to leave this channel.
Rebuke it in the name of Jesus.
Okay? Next, we're going to talk about the ports of call. We went to Ocho Rios on Christmas Day.
It was phenomenal.
The best day ever, and everybody agreed.
It was phenomenal.
All of you guys agreed when we asked you to comment what your favorite vlog was.
Phenomenal. Like,
everybody said Jamaica. And it was because of our excursion.
Yeah.
I mean, being with family, it was Christmas Day.
This is what's important about cruising. If you're going to cruise, treat yourself. Because a lot of people like to go on cruises.
Yes.
And, you know, their treat is to be on a cruise. And I mean, if that's what you want to do,
yeah, because if you're on a budget.
Budget. I understand that. You got a ball on the budget.
And let me say this really quick. That's a great thing about cruising is that you don't have to spend. You can literally pay for your cruise, get on, and you don't spend another dime.
And that's a good thing.
And that's awesome. It really is awesome to be able to do that.
If you want to make memories and you want to have this to go back and go in your memory banks and have some good times to laugh and smile about.
Do things outside of
I think it's best to do things outside of your comfort zone. I never knew that there was Dunn's River Falls. I had no idea.
Or just new experiences.
It was just new experience. And everybody, I mean, all of our family that went on it, they were just like, this was just like...
We all loved it.
Perfect.
We loved it. So,
my sister and her husband enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. Her parents and siblings enjoyed it.
We were halfway through talking about like, oh my gosh, we would so do this again. The water was cold, but once you got in, you got used to it.
You got used to it.
It wasn't bad.
It was just perfect. I don't think our Christmas in Jamaica could have been more perfect.
It was awesome.
And the people were so nice. We met a lady that went to University of Pittsburgh, where her dad went, and she won national championship. She's super tall. She's like 6'6", 6'8".
Super tall. We'll put the picture in here. She's so tall.
Like, she's so nice. Tall. Super tall, super nice.
Yes.
And the people are so nice in Jamaica.
They're so nice.
They're so nice. It just was a good time.
And you know, it's so funny because I always hear things about Jamaica. Jamaica's almost on the same level as Nassau, where people say like they just don't get off the ship. And that's so crazy to me. We didn't know that Dunn's River Falls was so large. Just from pictures you see on Google or anything, I had no idea that it formed at a beach. But I'm saying that in a good way. It was amazing. It was beautiful. The bobsled was a lot of fun on Mystic Mountain. We had so much fun going up the sky lift.
With the people. It was just fun.
It was, that bobsled, y'all, was no joke. Yeah. The next place we went to was Grand Cayman, which we have been there twice. So it was our third time together. And Grand Cayman is just so beautiful. Like, I just love Grand Cayman. We did a snorkeling, Stingray City, and a Starfish Point excursion. I originally tried to plan a snorkeling and a Stingray City excursion. We've gone to Starfish Point before, and I didn't feel like it was anything worth going back to again. But I wasn't able to book that excursion with the company I went through, so the only one that was available included Starfish Point. So we ended up going anyway. We could have skipped that, and I think everybody else in my family would agree. Stingray City was a lot of fun. So much fun. It always is fun, though. Just to see those huge stingrays, like, a lot of fun. And then snorkeling is always great in Grand Cayman. There's a lot of sea life there, and I spotted a shark. Oh, in the water, and I was kind of off by myself, and I saw.
Every time she told the story,
he's trying to be funny.
First it was like this, then it was like this, then it was like this.
He's trying to be funny. I was the furthest over to the left, and the rest of the group was all this to the right of me. The shark was further over on my left. What is it? Avengers? Captain on your left. Anyway. I thought it was funny. Cap on your left. On your left. On your left.
I don't even know who you are. The scuba was good. The only drawback is us having to get off the boat as early as we did and waiting. That was the only drawback. But once we got going, like, everything pretty much moved fast paced. The USS Kittiwake, any scuba diver any wreck diver, any diver, Nowie, Patty, whoever you are, SDI, whatever, you need to do this USS Kittiwake wreck dive. It is phenomenal. That was my first actual wreck dive.
It
but
looked really cool.
It was phenomenal. The boat was huge. We did actually 2 dives, but I didn't put the second dive in because the place that we went to, the visibility was not that good. So I didn't put any footage of that in. But we did a reef dive for the second dive. And I recommend to any scuba diver to do the USS Kittiwake. Mm-hmm. You have to be a certified diver to do this, though. You cannot get certified while you're doing this dive. You have to be a certified diver, which is why
none of us went.
It was only me and my father.
Mm-hmm. Also, just to let you guys know, Aaron and his dad's excursion and the excursion that we did in Jamaica were both Carnival excursions. Mm-hmm. This was the first time we have ever done a Carnival excursion, and it was a good experience, I would say. They basically just work with the third party, and it's kind of like you just don't have to do the searching for your third party company to book through. You just book it through Carnival. It was a good experience booking through Carnival. The reason why we typically prefer third party excursions is because they're a lot cheaper.
That, and it's more of an intimate, more of an intimate setting. You don't have to scrape and scavenge to get, the attention that you need. Yeah.
Which on our excursion in Grand Cayman, it was a decent sized boat, and there was a good number of people on the boat. Mm-hmm. But the tour conductors did a really good job of making sure that everybody was taken care of. If anybody had any issues, they did, and it was only 2 of them. They did a really good job. We had a good experience booking through Carnival. If the price is right, we would definitely do it again. Mm-hmm. I don't see why not. But yeah. Finally, we done went through 5 different lighting scenarios, so I want to apologize for the lighting. Right. But all in all, I would definitely cruise on the Sunrise again. It's a very inexpensive cruise.
Rated out of 10.
Oh gosh. Out of 10, I'm going to give it a 7.5.
I was going to say 7. Yeah.
I was going to say 7, but then with our family, 7.5.
I was going to say 7. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good.
It was a great time.
We definitely recommend it.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. But I've been doing some research for our next cruise, and just seeing other stuff. And the Sunrise offers very inexpensive cruises. I would definitely cruise on the Sunrise again. If I wanted a quick getaway or just any cruise, like Aaron said, is better than no cruise. And that's the truth. We had such a phenomenal time.
It was good time.
A phenomenal time. We would definitely recommend it, and we would definitely return.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's all.
Yes.
That we have to say.
This video is going to be long, so if you made it to the end, thank you for watching. Hopefully this was helpful.
So, drop a like, comment.
Subscribe if you haven't.
Please subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
We're almost at 13,000.
It's insane. If you're new, thank you for subscribing. Our next trip, we're going to give you a little sneak peek of the next trip. We won't officially tell y'all what we're doing until it's paid for in full.
Right. Okay.
But we're going in March, and it will be a brand new itinerary, 4 places that we have never been to before. Bruh, it's about to be lit. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
We love you. We thank you so much for tuning in. Good night, and subscribe, and love, and all that stuff. AK family.
Wow. Bye.
Peace.